Hi, welcome. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their long 3-day weekend. I know this is video number 2 and I didn't say that, but I'm still on my 3-day weekend right now doing videos. Today is, I'm going to write my date, let's see, 9/6/20. Again, you should write whatever date you are writing the notes down on so you can kind of just keep track of that. There's also going to be a notebook quiz in the modules this week, so make sure you go back through your notes and you can answer those questions. And it'll obviously open notebook quiz. Okay, so today we are doing notes 2.2, and they are on page 40 in your note guide. So page 40 in the note guide at the bottom, page 2, notes section 2.2. Okay, these are just going to talk about some of the logical statements and the reasoning and the compound statements that we can create. Okay, a statement is a sentence that is either true or false. Okay, so it's a statement, and it could be either true or false. This is called a truth value. Like once you know whether or not the statement is true or false, that's its truth value. We use letters to represent it. The letters we use to represent them are P or Q. So here we have an example, P. This is my statement P. Supplementary angles have a sum of 180. Is that a true statement? Well, yes, of course that's a true statement. So I'm going to put true. It has a true truth value. Now, a negation of a statement has the opposite truth value. Now, I show it by this symbol. It's like a little squiggle. That is read as not P. Shown as a symbol not, we would read it as not P. Not P. Supplementary angles do not have a sum of 180. Well, I'm saying not, right? I negated this. Supplementary angles have a sum of 180. Here, supplementary angles do not have a sum of 180. Well, that's false. So this would have a false truth value. So if it's the negation of the statement, it will have the opposite truth value. Okay, compound statements are two or more statements joined by the words and or. So I'm going to write those in different colors so you can see them. They stick out. They're really, really important. It's going to be an and or an or statement. Now the conjunction, statements that are joined by the word and, is a conjunction. It is written as P and Q. Now, the only way that the conjunction will be true is when both of the statements are true. So a conjunction is two separate statements when they're joined by the and symbol or the word and. Now, the only way for the entire conjunction itself to be true is if both the P and the Q are true. Now, a disjunction is statements formed by the word, joined by the word or. And now this one's upside down. It's P or Q. Now, this is true when at least one statement is true. So they don't both have to be true, but one of them has to be true. Oh, that's not good. Sorry. Kind of a little, anyway, true. Okay, so here are some examples. Given the statements below, write a compound statement, then determine their truth value. Okay, so I have statements P, Q, and R up here. Here are my P. What does that symbol mean? Okay, so I'm going to write that in the middle. I'm going to abbreviate a lot too. I don't need you to write full and complete sentences. This right here means and. All three of these are upside down carets. All three of these are and statements. I'm going to write and on all of them. Now, P is there are 7 days in a week. So I'm going to write over here 7 days in a week. And Q is March has 30 days. Okay, so is it true? Does a week have 7 days? Well, yes, this one over here, this one happens to be true. And over here, March has 30 days. I always have to count my knuckles. I don't know how you guys remember the months. But January, February, March. March has 31. So March does not have 30. This is false. And this was a conjunction because it was and one is true and one is false. So the conjunction itself is going to have a false truth value because you need them both to be true. Now what if I do Q and R? Well, Q is March has 30 days. And R is Halloween. Is October 31st. Well, we already discussed this, and we already knew that this one over here was false. So immediately, I don't even care about the second one. I know that the truth value here will be false. The second one happens to be true, but it doesn't matter because they both have to be the same. They both have to be true. Now, what if I do P and Q? So P is 7 days in a week, or P and R. And then Halloween is October 31st. Well, this was true. This is true. They're both true. So here I have a true truth value. Okay, so you need them again to both be true. I'm going to pause and go to the second page, and I'll see you back here in a minute. If you want to go ahead and start filling in some of those to check, that'd be great. I like to give you guys time to write those in and not watch me write everything down. So I highlighted these are what you need to pay attention to, and you need to decide if it is and or an or. I'm also going to pause my screen right now, and then you should fill in what the statements are. Again, this is not P and Q. P or R. So go back to the first page and then write in the abbreviated parts of it so you just have it there. See if you can decide if it's true or false and if the statement all together is true or false. I'm going to pause it and fill those in for you. Come back in a minute. I went through and filled in the sentences, and I did not do the true or false yet because I'd like for you guys to take a minute and decide if you think they're true or false. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and fill those all in, and then I'll come back again and see if you guys have them. Put in some of the truth values for the statements, but I haven't even written these in here yet. It is false, and again, if one of them's false, they're both false, so it doesn't even matter, or the entire statement's false. If it's an and. This one is an or. The rest of these are ors. So if it's an or, you only need one, okay? So true and true, then sure, that's true, that's enough. Here, true and true, that's enough, that'll be true. Here, false and false, you need one of them. So if they're both false, the entire statement is false. Here, false and true, I only need one, so that makes the statement true. Okay, so good job. Keep on going. We are going to not do these. Write your own statements and then fill them in. I'm not going to fill those in with you guys right now because it's a little bit tricky. We might do some of these in our live session though, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. The next part of this is filling in the truth table, which isn't really, I'd much rather have you be able to read and write and understand the compound and disjunction, the compound sentences, the conjunction and disjunction, the and the or sentences. So if you can fill those in, we're fine. So we are not going to do these as much, but I do want to kind of go over a little bit with you, maybe one or two of them so you can see it. So, P, and if this is not P, so if P is true, not P would be false, would be your negation. If this is false, not P would be true. It's the negation. Conjunction here is when it is and they both have to be true. The only reason I really want you to just kind of see this is you will see them on some standardized tests every now and then. This one over here is disjunction, which means it's or, and you need one of them to be true. So if it's P and Q, they're both true, this is true. P and Q, if they're not both true, then the rest of these are all going to be false. Over here you only need one, so it's P or Q. Well, those are both true, so that's enough. One's true. One's true. Neither one of them are true, so this will be a false statement. Alright, so tips for constructing a truth value. Inside columns for each statement involve P, Q, and R. Include columns for any negations required. And lastly, include columns for the compound statement. So something I would do here is I would do maybe P and R. There's a not R up here, so I'm going to do the not R. And then I'm going to do the compound statement in the last value. So I do P or not R. So what you have to do is you have to do every combination in the first two. So in the first two, I know P could be true, 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 false, false, true, false, false. That is every possible combination I can have. So that's what you want with your P's and R's, any combination you have of trues and false. Now this, however, is going to be the negation of R. So whatever R is, I'm just going to do the opposite. True, this will be false. False, this will be true. True, this will be false. False, this will be true. Now for this statement here, I need to look at P and not R. I don't need to look at that middle R anymore. I need to look at these two and decide what its truth value is. So true and false, it's or. So only one of them has to be true, so that will be true. One has to be true, and they both are. One has to be true, neither of them are true here. So this is where we're going to have a false statement. One of them is true, that's enough. So over here, I want you to take a minute and see if you can fill this in yourself. We're going to have P, Q. Now you need a not P. And this needs to be not P and Q. Okay, take a minute, pause your screen, fill it in. Okay, you need every combination here, so you have true, false, or true, 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 false, false, true, false, false, not P. This is going to be the opposite, so if that's true, this is false, true, false, false, true, false, true. I am looking at not P and Q, so these two columns here. And it's an and, so they both have to be. So one's false, one's false. Both are true here. This is my true statement. One is false. It's kind of how you would fill that in. I'm not going to do any more of these, but we may do some in our online class, our live class in our Google Meet. Those are your notes for 2-2. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, please ask questions in the online, the live sessions, or come to the office hours. Those are the times where you really should be asking questions and making sure you understand the information and get those questions answered. A lot of people have the same questions, so you should go ahead and ask them, because I'm sure other people have the same questions as well. Okay, thank you. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you had a great weekend, and enjoy the 4-day week, and I will see you guys soon.